ranges for oversight and supervision of lead paint-based toys. We have a problem in our country with shipping out our jobs overseas, like to China, and then they make toys for us over there, and they ship them on back, and they coat them with lead-based paints. The kids put them in their mouth, and we've got a poisoning problem, and it's a double insult. We shipped out the jobs, and they sent back poisoned toys for poisonous toys for our kids. And the bill looks at the people who will distribute the toys, particularly if they're knowing to our stores, and to the people who bring them to the state in bulk. And there are penalties, civil fines, and possibly jail time for repeat offenses here. We need to make sure that what we're selling our most vulnerable citizens, our children, is safe. And lead paint coated toys aren't.
It's incredible to think that anybody would do this. It's such callous disregard for what you describe as our most vulnerable members of our society.
I think those are well-chosen words. It's callous disregard on the part of the manufacturer and the importer of our children.
And where is that?
Won't stand for it.
And where is that bill right now as it's working its way through the process?
It's in the Senate in committee.
Okay.
And we have a work group to fine-tune the bill. In the House, it is done with the committee process and is before the floor. And we're very, very pleased with the way this is going.
So this could be a big item on the fall agenda as it's working its way through.
Yes, I expect it
with
to
each
be.
chamber taking it up. Very good. Government efficiency
yes.
is a topic that's very much been on our minds lately. And there's also been some progress on the Senate floor with a reform measure that you have, and it's also part of a broader package that several members of your caucus have been moving forward.
Yes.
Let's walk through our viewers what the
Sure.
thought is behind the reforms, and then what the specific reforms, including your bill, what they would do.
Absolutely. These bills are a package of 4 bills in 2 groups. One that looks at the cost for local government, and the other that looks at the cost and efficiencies for state level government. The issue that we as a people are faced with right now is how are we going to appropriately fund government, and what sort of efficiency and streamlining will allow us to get a government that that performs well for us and is affordable. And in doing that, we need to continuously look at unfunded mandates. We need to look at rules and regulations that we impose on local governments, our counties, our cities, or villages, and see whether those unfunded mandates and those rules and those reporting requirements are appropriate. Similarly, we should look at ourselves as a state government and see whether or not we're being efficient. So these 2 parallel commissions are looking at the idea of efficiency. They're going to look at organizational structure, and they're going to have a report that comes out by, the middle of June of '09 that will list ways that we can do this better. And we're serious about this. This commission is as bipartisan as you can make something, with members appointed by both the House and the Senate, the majority party, the minority party, and nonpartisan members are part of it. It's not going to be expensive. People serve on this without pay. And we want them to be able to get these reports done with accuracy. Now, we did this before, once at the federal level with the Grace Commission. We did it once locally here, in Michigan, with the Secchia Commission. In both times, lots of opportunities for savings and efficiency and streamlining were found. As we go through the hearing process on this and the making of records and documents available, or we can call individuals to testify on them, and the possibility of subpoenas is also entertained in this commission. The bills are now through the Senate. They're on their way over to the House, and I look forward to discussing with the House members how we do this. Now, right now in Michigan, we have the entire country's highest unemployment. It's over 7%. It's been the highest in the United States for a long time. We've lost over 50,000 jobs last year. We have the highest welfare load that we've ever had in the entire history of this state. We need to find ways to efficiently use our dollars to support people that we're currently supporting, but to do it efficiently and in a streamlined fashion. We also need to take a look at how, when we're delivering these services, they can be done better. These commissions will help us do this on an ongoing basis. And I think that before we go to the people of Michigan and ask them for more taxes and more money, we ought to be able to look them in the eye and say, we're doing what we can to make sure the money you're currently sending us is being well spent. It's getting the cart before the horse to ask for more taxes when you haven't made sure that what you're spending is currently being well spent.
Well, and the argument can be made that Michigan's population is not growing like that of other states, and yet the size of government, or at least the spending by government, has continued at a higher level. Can we?
It's gone up 2% per year.
Can we still justify that expense at a time when the population base hasn't grown as well?
Yeah, and I think the question is a bit rhetorical. The answer to that is no, or if it isn't no, it's an almost no, and if it isn't an almost no, it's for sure. We ought to reevaluate what we're doing. Look, over the last year, some contracts were negotiated for state employees. It gives them a 10% raise over 2 or 3 years. Who in the state of Michigan is getting a raise besides the employees of the state of Michigan? Now, they're hardworking, but I don't think that they should be treated in some special way as compared to the rest of our people who are just struggling to find a job. Lots of us, me included, have had children leave the state of Michigan looking for work. Well, I don't think that's what we want to be doing, outsourcing our children to work elsewhere, our best, our brightest, our young people, and importing either poisonous toys or importing more welfare. This makes no sense.
Once the